Hello guys, it's Shrimp Time here, and today we are going to talk about the best, in my opinion, filtration for Caridina shrimps, the undergravel filtration. So if you would like to know why I think that this filtration is the best, stay till the end of the video. So guys, in my tanks I tried almost all types of filtration. The only filtration that I didn't try in my tanks is denitrification filter, because it's quite complicated to get the denitrification process going on in a shrimp tank. And basing on my experience, basing on the results I got in my different tanks, I have to say that the best filtration, in my opinion, is the undergravel filtration. You need to remember that there are some rules and there are some difficulties that you have to face when you are making undergravel filtration. If you have seen some of my videos, you know I've done a bit of experimenting with undergravel filtration. And I have to say there are few disadvantages of this type of filtration that you have to fight with or you have to handle so that it can give you the best of all the options, which I will cover in the later part of this video. So why do I use the undergravel filtration? First of all, thanks to this type of filtration, you will get a lot of space for nitrifying bacteria to live on. Secondly, you can easily change the soil in the undergravel filter. You can make this filter connected with your tank for all the time, or you can make a filter that you will be able to take out from the tank, which will make the change of soil easier. Another big advantage of undergravel filtration is the possibility of getting this pH lower than when you use normal layer of the soil. If you will get undergravel filtration, your pH will go lower from 0.1 to 0.5 due to the fact that the soil is constantly overflowed with water. On the other hand, there are some disadvantages of using this type of filtration. The first disadvantage is that you have to provide quite strong water flow. If you won't provide this high water flow, you won't get enough of air going to the filtration media, and the bacteria will have problem with developing. This is due to the fact that nitrifying bacteria needs oxygen to develop, needs oxygen to feed and to do all of its work in the nitrifying cycle. Another fact which can be very problematic is that this filtration is able to bring your pH low very fast. So if you are doing large and often water changes, you can run across a problem with some of your adult shrimps dying or with lower survival rate. The easiest way to overcome this problem is to do less and less often water changes and change the water in less amounts. Some of you may say it can be problematic and that it's not the way to go. On the other hand, I can say you that basing on my experience, most of my tanks got NO3 level very near to zero. This is due to very good working filtration, a decent amount of plants in the tank, a decent amount of algae, and feeding shrimps in the right amount. So if we are considering all these cons and pros, in my opinion, the undergravel filtration can be very good and can be very beneficial to your shrimp tank. You just need to remember that the amount of soil you put in this type of filtration shouldn't be too high. I think that 1 liter of soil per 25 or 30 liters of water is just enough to keep this filtration going for about a year. Another way you can go with this problem is try to do a lot of high water changes during the cycling the tank. Thanks to that water changes, you will get rid of most of the ferts, and on the other hand, you will have the less possibility that the soil will bring pH too low. You need to remember that the high-end shrimps loves the pH between 5.5 to 6, and according to my experience, this is the best pH that shrimps will breathe in, and the best pH that you will get high survival rate. If you want to do a lot and high water changes, another way to go is try to pour the water to your tank slowly. If you will do that, then during the water change, you won't affect the water parameters so highly. You can also try to set your water pH at the level the pH is in your tank. In my opinion, it's just too much effort to do a water change in a lot of tanks. I try to keep the decent amount of the soil, as I said, 1 liter per 30 liters, and to pick up the soils that don't have so many ferts. You can think about using Ada Amazonia Light, Benibachi Fluvic, or even Ada Amazonia version 2. These are the soils that will bring pH low enough, and on the other hand they won't have too many ferts. If you aged your tank well enough, I think that this will make all that's needed to keep your shrimps happy and breeding fastly. Does it mean that sponge filtration or other types of filtration are bad? I don't think so. I think that you can keep shrimps in different ways and different breeders got different experience. I've made a video in Polish channel considering the topic of undergravel filtration because some of Polish breeder tends to throw away those filtration. And I think they get across the problems I mentioned, the big change in water parameters during a big water change and the problem of ferts getting to the water too fastly. On the other hand, there are some breeders that only use sponges, or even are breeders that will connect the undergravel filtration with canister filtration and sponge filtration. All of this is done so that you will get the best results. I think that each of us should find his best way. So guys, what do you think about the filtration that we use in our shrimp tanks? Do you use different types of filtration in different tanks, or do you use the same filtration? I hope that you will answer me in the comment, and also if you got any issues with your filtration, please write a question. I would also like to say big thank you to all those people that support me by leaving a thumb up or subscribing the channel or supporting me on Patreon, which link to you can see now on the video. Thanks, until the next video, keep on shrimping guys!